one movie, or is that for like a whole package of movies?
It's for everything, anything in their catalog.
So you get access to even the new stuff coming out.
Not Cruella. So that's the thing that Disney's doing, where they're kind of
Not Cruella.
greedy, where you have to do this thing called Disney Plus Premium, and that's like a rental on top of you already have to have your subscription.
Pay-per-view type?
$30 minimum.
But then you can have like, I don't know, a house full of people watch it, right?
Yeah, but you can't even watch it more. I think you only have it for a limited time. You're not even buying the movie. You're buying the rental.
Do we have technology to rip it?
I'll talk to you about that off air.
No, I'm just saying we as man, not just we.
No, yeah.
The royal we.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like, there could be someone out there that's like, fuck it, I'll just record it. And then, okay, cool. Maybe, that's why they do that. Anyways.
Conjuring 3, check it out. Have you seen it yet, James? I know you're a big Conjuring fan.
I am actually holding off because my sister is coming down to visit next week, and we're gonna watch it then.
Oh, how sweet!
James has a sister.
Yeah, long lost sister, dude. Found her through what is it?
The ancestry DNA.
Really? No,
yeah,
that's sick, dude. How old?
She's only like a year older than me.
Oh shit, dude, that's crazy. So it's like meeting a whole fucking
shit works. It's nuts.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Catching up on like 30 years of missed memories, but we're getting it done.
That's crazy.
Better than no memories, am I right?
That's
exactly.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I've heard about those stories where they do that. It can be good and bad though.
So far, it's good for him. So
yeah,
that's cool, man. Where does she live, or where is she coming down from, or like out of state?
She lives in Arizona.
Okay, that's not too bad. A few hour drive or something.
Are you guys gonna go? Are you gonna watch it at home or go see it?
That's what I'm not sure yet. I don't know if she wanted to actually rent out a theater to watch it with just family.
Wow, so she's like a real cinephile.
A cool sister.
Yeah, she actually likes movies and stuff. Well, shit, dude, did she know about the podcast? You should really pitch that to her. Dude, that would be really cool. She can do a episode while she's here.
Holding out on us and shit.
She's like a movie buff, dude. She probably knows more than us.
She loves movies, actually.
So, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Check it out. It's a cool title, too. Based on a true story, as they all are.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you think they're going to ever release those all in one big package deal?
All of them? I don't know. But maybe like just the Conjuring movies, I could see that. I'm wondering if they're going to try to keep like the Conjureverse going. Or if it'll wind down. I guess it all boils down to money, right? What I think is great about the Conjuring, this Conjuring universe, right? Conjureverse. If you want to call it that, I think that is what they call it.
I just made that up, bro.
No, I'm serious.
No, I made it.
But is that because it's this big studio polished horror film, all of these people that don't even really care for the genre are going and supporting the horror community. So I love when movies are able to have that kind of longevity, and that kind of that far reaching into different communities, and this is definitely one of them. So that's pretty cool. It has like it's like the same as like It, the It remakes with Andy Muschietti, who we were just talking about.
Yeah, how
everybody went to see that, regardless of if they're a horror fan or not. So I always respect movies for coming out and being able to do that, grab their audience.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
There we go. All right, so this week
you're really there.
Yep.
Right? It sounded weird doing it too. like a deja vu kind of.
So, for the first time in a long while, Vic.
Have I ever had a wreck? Inadvertently, maybe.
You mean main focus?
Yeah, main focus.
Yeah. Yes. Right? There's no way we just didn't allow you to pick a movie. This whole time.
I don't... maybe, yeah. I can't remember. But yeah, this was another movie focus that I picked. First time in a long, long time.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yes. The Vampire Chronicles.
It's rated R. It's from 1994, if you can believe that. It runs at 2 hours and 3 minutes, and it's got a 63 on Rotten. Written for the screen by Anne Rice, directed by Neil Jordan, starring Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Kristen Dunst, Antonio Banderas, Christian Slater, and Thandie Newton. The film simply follows a vampire who wants to tell his overly long life story to a hungry reporter. The film is based upon Anne Rice's novel from the 70s, which struggled for years to get off the ground, to which the rights for the property eventually fell in the lap of Warner Brothers, who came to director Neil Jordan to take on the project due to his recent success with The Crying Game.
Wow. That's pretty dramatic.
He agreed to direct the film only if he could have a say in rewrites for the screenplay. Thanks to producer David Geffen, the film was granted a hefty budget of $70 million, which was unheard of at the time, with horror being a taboo genre of sorts. Casting was also pretty bizarre and complicated for this film, with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise reportedly having issues on set over Pitt's unshowered smell. Pitt
way.
Yes, way. Pitt even threatened to leave the production at one point, but stuck it out when the studio threatened to sue him for $40 million for breach of contract.
How weird.
Christian Slater also landed the role under unfortunate circumstances, as the late actor River Phoenix, aka Joaquin Phoenix's brother, unexpectedly passed away before shooting began. This led Slater to complete the film for free by donating his salary to River's favorite charities.
Really? That's really noble of that guy.
Cool.
This also marked the breakout of Mexican actor Antonio Banderas, who had tried out for the role of Dracula in Francis Ford Coppola's classic, but ultimately lost out to Gary Oldman. Banderas at this time struggled with the English language and would learn his dialogue phonetically.
Wow.
After nailing the role as Armand, Antonio found great success with Robert Rodriguez in his next picture, Desperado.
Not yet.
Which we've also covered.
Yeah.
In addition to this, Anne Rice was very unpleased with the final casting, specifically about Tom Cruise, which led to her refusing to remain on set during production, something that she would later apologize personally for after seeing how unbelievably good Cruise was as the vampire Lestat.
Yes.
Booyah! The director Neil Jordan also had to be swayed into letting the master special effects wizard Stan Winston and his team take care of the film's visual effects, because at the time Winston was known for his dinosaur animatronics from the original Jurassic Park. However, he had done some amazing work for Alien, The Thing, and Terminator already. Good thing that they said yes.
Yeah, right?
Like, come on, guys. Get with the program here. It's also very important to bring up how the book and the film are rooted in sadness and grief, as the author, Anne Rice, wrote the book in just 15 weeks after losing her daughter to cancer. This explains the character of Claudia and the problems that child goes through specifically.
I didn't know that. That's crazy. Makes sense.
Financially, the film was an overall success, generating a worldwide gross of $224 million at the box office.
It's a lot.
For a horror film, especially one that's kind of like...
Yeah, kind of different. Very different at the time. In retrospect, it, set the tone for a lot of shit.
Overall, Interview with the Vampire is a deeply personal film that depicts the underworld of ancient vampire mythos quite well, as its approach is somewhat simplistic, with great performances all around, especially the just 12-year-old Kristen Dunst, Tone that feels both dangerous and somber. This piece, much like its main character Luis, continues to age gracefully. Thank you.
Nice. Very
Very
good.
nice.
Very well said, Wesley. Very good.
As always.
So, Vic, I know this seems like one of your favorite movies.
If not my favorite vampire movie for sure.
So tell us why, and tell us your, if you can remember, your first experience with the film.
Damn. First experience with the film was on VHS. I want to say probably my senior year, maybe 99, 2000.
Okay.
So maybe 6 or 7 years after it came out, for sure. You know, it was one of those films where I had seen a little bit about it. I wasn't very interested in it when I was a teenager at first. I kind of thought like, oh, this is just like a pretty boy film a little bit. I saw Brad Pitt had really long blonde hair and Lestat had long blonde hair. So I kind of played it down, and then we got it on VHS, and I just watched it one night alone, actually, on a big ass fucking big screen TV, and just watching it, and I loved it. I really liked it. I loved Antonio Banderas in it. I thought Claudia's character was fucking phenomenal. Her acting skills, even back then, I was like, yo, she's pretty like feisty for a little girl. She kind of like knew what the hell she was talking about. It just always struck like a place in my heart for vampire films, especially because it was so raw, emotional, and it showed like a different part of the vampire. It was like the modern vampire, how, you know, living in the 90s. It showed him going to like the movies. It showed him be kind of like growing up from being a fucking slave master plantation owner to becoming a vampire to what he is now. But it was just always interesting to me. It showed like the reality or realness of becoming a vampire. And it says, you know, when he says like, you know, crucifixes, you know, he's quite fond of crucifixes. You know, it kind of plays off of the old mythos of you put a crucifix in front of a vampire, like, you know, it brought
toppling these tropes.
Yes,
that we've come to.
Garlic.
Yeah.
Coffins. Coffins are a necessity, unfortunately.
But I think was it garlic when he says he says, how about the stake in the heart thing, and he's like, that's complete nonsense.
Yeah. So I found that very interesting because it was as a teenager I knew the mythos of the kind of comical vampire, but to me when I first seen this, it was like a sense of realism. Like it was like a seeing a cartoon brought to life, you know? Because only knowing like that Dracula kind of video game comic,
or even like the 80s style vampires,
where he has like the white face with the black hair, you know, back with the fucking come to suck your blood, like it's very comical, you know, like that, like the count, the fucking Count. But
Count Chocula, dude.
Yes, so all of those kind of characters kind of, you know, were very comical, but with this movie it was like, nah, dude, these guys were very sexual. They were very educated. They're very intellectual. They knew music, they knew art, they knew a lot of things. They had charm. So it was like these fools were not your run-of-the-mill vampires. These were the vampires. We are vampires, you know? So I don't know. I just really liked it. To me, it was like the realest vampire movie that I related to. You know, how someone finds like Nosferatu or like Bram Stoker's Dracula or any of the older films with what was that dude's name that played Count Dooku, and he was a Dracula too. Christopher. Anyways, this was my cornerstone of modern day realistic Dracula vampire movies. You know, I felt like it was the the root for me